Well, hello and happy Monday. I'm back here at Hail Trace to give you another forecast for this upcoming week. But first, we're going to do a 5-star recap of an event we had this past Friday. We did have that 5-star event. I'm wearing my green today. Derek is sadly not here, so I decided to be festive as well. And it is hot. Record-breaking temperatures are going to continue across the state of Texas with excessive heat warnings. And we're going to take another look at the tropics. The remnants of Brett and Cindy are making their way, but we still have an area we're going to watch going into the next week. But coming up in 2 days, we're going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the All-Star Stadium Tour at Citizens Bank Park. Be sure to come out, say hi, check us out, and everything like that. So getting over to that 5-star hail highlight, it happened here in Lubbock. So zooming on just a little bit more, this was south of the South Plains Mall. This impacted Lubbock majority, but also parts of northern DFW such as McKinney. The max hail size we saw with this storm was 4.5 inches and it impacted 36,345 homes. Definitely here in this purplish mauve colored swath, that's where we saw the largest hail amounts. And then yesterday, we had a ton of storm reports isolated towards the eastern central U.S., and we actually had 3 confirmed tornadoes. If you look closely, that is these little red dots. That is the confirmed tornadoes. The National Weather Service is out doing preliminary ratings on those. But overall, lots of wind reports, lots of hail reports, and yes, we did have those tornadoes. So looking out right now, we did have a severe thunderstorm watch earlier in northeast Texas, parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas, but you can see that system has made its way down to the New Orleans area. That warning, those watches have expired, but going up north, you can see in Nebraska, we have some storms dying out as well. They get to the center point of the state, and as a whole, we can see that the eastern portion of the U.S. is very busy, and I want you to keep that in mind because coming up, I'm going to talk about the severe threat those storms have. But as a whole, it is hot, 96 already in Dallas, 93 down in Houston, but in the 70s in Denver. You can just see how warm it is down here and how cool it is more north you go. So getting back to the East Coast, like I said, you can see the rotation of this low-level system as it moves towards the New England East Coast area towards tomorrow. You can just see how strong that line of storms is going to be once it gets off the coast. So that's why today we are watching different areas for that hail threat. First off, we're going to go up north. I'm talking about Nebraska, South Dakota. We have that Rapid City. Rapid City, this is your time of year where you have that severe weather threat, and you're going to be in the bullseye for the next few days. So we are putting you in that level 2 category. And then going down south, how I said that area of storms that was by Arkansas and northeast Texas earlier, making its way down south. You can see Shreveport, you're also in that level 2 category. Rest of the state of Louisiana, parts of Arkansas and Mississippi in that level 1. Now moving towards the East Coast, you saw just how powerful that line of storms can be. So that's why we have our highest level of hail threat by the Raleigh area for today. That's where we can see hail over 2.5 inches in diameter. Also going down, I'm talking about parts like Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Raleigh, Columbia, Atlanta, all areas you need to watch for today and for that hail threat. Now, this isn't it. There's also going to be wind associated in those areas and also the threat of tornadoes. So once again, going back up north, Rapid City, like I said, this is your time for severe weather this year. And then again, on the East Coast, this is where we're going to have those strong damaging winds as well with that chance of spin-up tornadoes. So stretching down from South Carolina up to parts of New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, D.C., Virginia, you're all included in this. You're also included in that severe weather threat today with that hail and strong damaging wind. So heat. Now switching gears over to heat here in Oklahoma City. Today is going to be our warmest day. It's going to be feeling like 93. And then tomorrow we're going to jump up. It's going to feel like 107 degrees. This is technically our cool day, if you want to call it. Wednesday, 105. Thursday, another day of 103 and 103 on Friday. And even parts like DFW in North Texas, they're just off the charts with how warm it is. Gonna feel like 115 today, 113 tomorrow, dropping out of the 110s going into Wednesday, but that heat wave is just not letting up. That is why we have multiple heat threats. We have in this mauve color, you can see part of the Houston area towards San Antonio, Corpus Christi area by the Texas Hill Country out westward, even parts of Arizona getting in on the action. This is what we call the excessive heat warning. Areas in the light orange, that is called the heat advisory. So with both of these, this is when heat illness can occur. Make sure you're staying very hydrated. You are even taking care of your pets. Pets are people too. You need to bring them inside. They can't deal with the heat just like you can't either. So make sure all precautions are taken because heat illness can in fact be deadly. Parts of the country is actually going to be in the top 1% warmest parts of the world this week with this excessive heat wave coming through. And I think we just need a break. So I don't think much of a break is on its way. You can see tomorrow night we do have some stray showers at the Oklahoma-Kansas border just south of Wichita. Nothing really severe since it's going to be in the nighttime hours. We don't have that early morning convection and the heat to produce that severe threat. It's going to continue towards the Memphis area, Jonesboro area throughout your Tuesday into Wednesday. Now going into tomorrow, once again, Rapid City, you are at another threat of that level 2 hail category, areas in the yellow, that level 1, and we're going to go back over to the East Coast because you're going to have another round of severe storms tomorrow, stretching down from South Carolina up to parts of New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. I'm talking about New York, Virginia Beach, and Raleigh once again. Hail up to 1 3/4 inches in diameter possible. This is this is golf ball size hail. People, just something that can do damage, but something you need to be aware of as well. Tomorrow we also have a tornado threat for Rapid City. Once again, like I said, your time for severe weather is this time of year. This is very typical. Again, a very low threat, but not something we can completely rule out. So how about those roofers? Can you roof today? If you find yourself out in parts of Texas, I don't think you'd be very enjoyable. 108 in Dallas, even in Phoenix, 110. That's just breaking our meter to say, can you roof? I mean, you can. It's just going to be very hot. Once again, stay hydrated, those heat-related illnesses, because even more parts of the country, 99 in OKC, 100 in Houston, 95 in Jackson, Mississippi. If you're on those roofs, that it's just warm and you can feel the sun reflecting off. It's just not a great place to be this time of year with this heat wave making its way through the country. Temperatures are going to slowly drop overnight, but tomorrow right back up there. Again, nothing you want to be around. And it's a very moist and humid environment for a majority of the country. You can see eastern U.S. These temperatures are almost the same color as my dress, just very dark green. But if you get into Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, just look how dry that is. The darker browns, lower dew points. These lighter green colors, darker green colors, that's where we have those dew points, and that sets off this muggy meter. You can see along the Gulf Coast from Florida all the way to Houston, San Antonio, you can see these faces are not happy. These are sad faces, these are grumpy faces, these are upset faces, because this humidity makes it feel like it is even hotter than it actually is, putting that feels like temperature into the triple digits, the teens, even close to the 20s. Houston as well, New Orleans, Mobile, Orlando, just not a great time. But as you go a little bit up north, Cincinnati, Nashville, St. Louis, it's a little bit more bearable, but it's still humid. So looking at next week, or the next few days, we are watching another system in the Atlantic Basin for tropical development. For the next few days, it's only at a 0% chance of development. Over the next 5 to 7 days, has a 30% chance of development. Again, it's this area in yellow. Don't know where it would impact anyways, but it could be what we call a fish storm, which stays out in the basin. It doesn't really impact anyone as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's forecast. A lot of information all at once. If you want to know more about the different hailstorms we had this past weekend, head over to our website to check out all our products and all our maps, and be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I'll be back here next Monday. Once again, my name is Peyton Gallion. Thank you.